Don't bite the hand that feeds. What's going on, y'all? Bunny Chaff here. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon FireRed. Last time, we crawled through the annals of Rock Tunnel, and we made it to the ever spooky Lavender Town. Okay. Now, I know we all know about the creepypasta of Lavender Town. If you don't know, there's a creepypasta about how this town in particular is really, really haunted, and there's something paranormal about it, which is fair. The music is pretty, disturbing sounding, makes you a little uncomfortable, especially in the original games, where it really made you feel uncomfortable. I know there was like a urban legend that a bunch of kids in Japan, when they listened to the Lavender Town theme, it would give them like seizures or something. I can say that isn't true. Nothing like that has happened. But that's pretty much what the creepypasta is. Or the horror story on the internet horror story. For those who don't know what a creepypasta is. Where basically it makes you feel what those kids kind of experienced, the Lavender Town syndrome, as it's called. I mean, there are some creepy things about this place, which we'll dive into a little bit of what we can do. Like this little girl. Do you believe in ghosts? If you say no, something creepy pops up. Ha, I guess not. That white hand on your shoulder, I'm just imagining it. That's another Pokemon creepypasta. A dead entity called White Hand. Kind of creepy, kind of unsettling for the time. I mean, it still kind of hits a little different today, but not too bad. We can go to this building here, which has not what I thought, but still pretty important. That's odd. Mr. Fuji isn't here. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Looks like the town has claimed another victim. Nah, I'm just kidding. I believe it's this house right here? No, it is not. I'm assuming it's the last house here, isn't it? It is. This is the Name Raider. You can change the nicknames of your Pokemon. You can't change traded ones, unfortunately, so I still cannot change the name of Mr. Mime from Mimian to something like, I don't know, Mike, or Phil, I don't know. I will say, off screen, I caught quite a bit of Pokemon to add to the dex. I finally got a Zubat, found an Onix in Rock Tunnel, caught an Ekans, went back to all the way to Diglett's Cave, got a Diglett, a Rat. I got the 1% Nidoran female, surprisingly, on Route 3, which was awesome. Got a Caterpie, I got a Dug Trio, which was really awesome. I completely forgot they could be at level 29. It scared the shit out of me when I had the Repel up and my Nidoking out. So yeah, we got Dug Trio and we got a Drowsy. Oh, and a Magikarp I fished up. Because I'm too cheap and don't want to pay the 500 Poké Dollars. I guess there was a little bit of off-screen training for Kingpin. I grew 1 level. So there's no gym here, as if you couldn't tell. Try to leave that as ambiguous as I could last episode, but yeah, there's no gym, but there is this place called the Pokemon Tower, which is basically a graveyard where you bury all your dead Pokemon and you come to mourn. I am a channeler. There are spirits up to mischief. I sense them high in the tower. Epic. Okay, so there's a rival battle here. What's a good lead? He usually leads with Pidgeotto. So, I guess Fuzzy Wuzz it is. Hey, Riley! What brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Heh. Hey, it's alive! I can at least make them faint. Let's go! Alright, Rival Gary. He's got 5 Pokemon now, so he's pretty close to a full team. So I was correct about the Pidgeotto. I don't think there's anything scary about this thing yet. Or at least too problematic, so I think we just one-shot Rock Slide. Finally. Doesn't hang on by like a sliver of health like it did with Rock Tomb. I forgot what was being sent out. Probably Kadabra. So let's go to our Kadabra counter, and nobody but Peter's close enough. Peter's good enough. Was I correct? No, Execute. Even better. Okay, so this is where his team kind of diversifies? Is that a word? I think so. This is where his team kind of splits. So, depending on the starter, he can have 2 other Pokemon of the other elements of the other starters, like grass and water and fire, or fire. Actually, both. So, whatever if he doesn't have covered with a starter, he'll grab in 2 other Pokemon. Since I chose since I chose Charmander and he chose Squirtle, he will have an Execute for his grass type, and he'll have a Growlithe for his fire type. If he chose Bulbasaur, he will have Growlithe and what else would he would have Gyarados, that's it. Growlithe and Gyarados. And then if he were to have Charizard, he would have Execute and Gyarados. Makes sense? Good. Now we actually got a counter for his Wartortle in Mimian. Thank God we can actually hit this thing super effectively. Hit it with a good old 1-2 Magical Leaf. Sounds like a drug. Survived. It's only using Withdraw, so it's not a threat. Weird. High leveled. Every time I fight him, I'm usually higher leveled than he is because, well, I don't have many teammates to, to balance out the levels. So, we're pretty jacked. Yep, here's the Growlithe. I know this thing will have Intimidate, but, ooh. Well, his next Pokemon's Kadabra anyway, so, Kingpin, why not? As you've noticed, he doesn't have his Raticate. There's a big theory that a lot of people believe in, and you know what, I can kind of believe it, that we killed his Raticate on the SSN, or his Raticate died somewhere between the SSN and now. And that's why he's chilling out in the Pokemon Tower. And why he doesn't have it on his team. Which, yeah, I can kind of see. I mean, he's not really known for, switching up his team much, so he can't really make that excuse. Yeah, Peter. So, yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. It kind of makes sense to me. I'll roll with it. What did I kill his Raticate with? I think it was my Mankey, if I had to guess, yeah. Oh, thank you, Peter, for actually landing a Mega Punch. And we don't get the kill. Okay, so we couldn't get the kill with Execute, we couldn't get the kill with the Kadabra. Which is funny because we both hit them where their weak spots are. Executes have poor special defense, and Kadabras have poor physical defense. Funny how that works. Yeah, it's fair. Kinesis will lower our accuracy. Kind of inaccurate move in of itself, too. Oh, and we get the attack increase at the end. God damn. What? You stinker. I took it easy on you, too. Oh, I took it easy on you, too. How's your Pokedex come along? I just got a Cubone. Can't find the bigger Marowak. Where could they be? I bet there aren't any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish. Unlike you. Smell you later. I believe you can go ahead throughout the Pokemon Tower, but you'll be stopped by something. So we're gonna have to head back so we can get that something. No, so we can deal with the something, and we can fully complete it. So in the meantime, let's go left to Route 8. Bring Kingpin back in the lead slot. Alright, nothing that my Nidoking couldn't handle. I'm a rambling, gambling dude. Alright, just steamrolling through these guys. Through this little grass field, you can find my... Finally, we can find my personal favorite Pokemon, Growlithe. And Vulpix, if you're playing Leaf Green. FireRed if you get Growlithe. Obviously. I guess while I find this Pokemon, I kind of want to talk about how, as a kid, I would always practice, I guess, what is it? Doing the Pokemon cries from the anime. Like, how they say their names or whatever, or how they speak. I don't know how good it is. I still like to do this in my adult life. Because, I don't know, it's just really fun. I usually just do it in private. But I guess I could do a little more expert voice acting. Show off my skills of how well I perform as a Pokemon. So I guess I'll just do the ones that we've caught. So, Charmander, right? Charmander! Char! Charmander! Char! And then... Charmeleon! Char! Something like that. Mankey's a little harder because it's mainly just a lot of pig monkey kind of sound. It's like a pig... Well, it is a pig monkey, but it's kind of like... I don't know, it really doesn't say its name compared to others. But, I mean, I could try along with Primeape, so Mankey... And then Primeape would be like... Something like that. The Nidorans are a little hard. Or Nidoran and Nidorino. I can't remember what they sound like. It's been a while since I've fully watched the anime. But I know it's like something like Nido, Nidoran, Nidorino. Something like that. Nidoking, I can't really do because a lot of times they just input like a growl or a roar from like some like animal or kaiju roar. I know at one point they didn't do that for like I think they did that for Nidoqueen in Pokemon Master Quest during the Gary and Ash fight at the championship conference thing, or the Silver Conference, or whatever the hell it's called. I think it was something like,
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Nidoking! Let's see. And then for... something like... what was it? Oh yeah, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, pretty easy. Kind of just says his name, so it'll be...
Mr. Mime. Mime. Mr. Mime.
So yeah, that was my little trip as voice acting as a kid, where I'd just repeat a lot of the Pokemon. Oh, that's the scary thing about catching Growlithes. They're a little rare in terms of, I think they're like 10% in the grass here. And you gotta get the ability you want, and that's intimidating. If you like Flash Fire in your Growlithe, what is wrong with you? So freaking weird, bro. Nah, you're cool. I just prefer Intimidate because it lowers your attack. It lowers the opponent's attack stat by 1 stage, and it just makes Growlithe a lot more tankier. Evolves through Firestone along with Vulpix. How are they as Pokemon? Well, Growlithe and Arcanine. They're fairly bulky and kind of fast. Despite Arcanine's Pokedex entry calling it the legendary Pokemon, and that one time in the anime where it showed it on a tablet full of the other legendaries, it's not, but it's still pretty good. It's pretty fast, quite strong. Since it's a stone evolution, you want to evolve at the right time. Personally, I've always evolved mine around level 34, but that's because it can learn Flame Wheel, and then everything else kind of just comes in the late 40s, and by that time, Growlithe is already falling off in power, so 34, give it Flame Wheel, evolve it through Firestone, don't do it past level 50, because at level 50, Arcanine gets kind of an exclusive move that it and, like, well, pretty much it only had for a while, then a couple other Pokemon started getting it, called Extreme Speed. Basically picture Quick Attack, but double the power of it. So it's base 80 with 100% accuracy and +1 priority, meaning you'll be going first quite a bit with it. So, and the only drawback is that it has 5 PP instead of Quick Attack's 40. Or, yeah, 40. So, yeah, it's really good. Arcanine's really good. Vulpix, on the other hand, okay, I'm not saying Vulpix and Ninetales. Oh, and the Ninetales family. Whatever. I'm not saying they're awful. I just think they're outclassed by a lot of fire types in this game. And in any game it appears in. It's really fast. It's faster than Arcanine. And it has a lot of special defense. Other than that, its stats are pretty lackluster. Like, it is very disappointing in terms of dealing raw damage. Oh, so since this is a Gen 3 game, Gen 3 games introduce double battles, and this was not in the original or Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal. Basically, you send out 2, the opponent sends out 2, and you can attack whoever's on the field, even your own opponent. Or not your own opponent, your own Pokemon. And that's about it. Oh, and if you got like a move that deals spread damage, which there are, Earthquake, Surf are a couple that deal spread damage. Razor Leaf is another one. Their damage will technically be reduced. I say technically because Earthquake works differently. Earthquake is a different breed. I believe it gets since it hits all Pokemon on the field except the one that's using Earthquake. Its damage isn't cut down by like 25%. Or 50% or 75%. It is full power on everyone, from my understanding of it. Mr. Mime learned the Psybeam. Basically, it's like better confusion. 65 base power. It does still have a chance to confuse, but and less PP, so yeah, better confusion. That's basically it. If you press the select button during double battles, you can see your actual HP points and not just the bars, so you can get a better look at that. Yeah, that's about it. Back to Ninetales and Vulpix. Yeah, I don't know. They're alright. They're not the greatest to me personally. If you like them, go ahead and like them. I won't judge you for having it. I don't know. It just doesn't perform well. I haven't had the greatest experience with them. Not saying I've had a bad one. They just that they don't. I don't know. Their power's just that lackluster. Its speed is great though, and its special defense is solid. I mean, thankfully, one thing it has over Growlithe and Arcanine is that it actually gets Flamethrower at a reasonable level. Learns it at like level 24, level 20 something, which is fantastic to have. Whereas if you were a Growlithe trainer, you'd be rocking Ember for like a while. And I think since Vulpix can learn Flamethrower, it is one of like very few Pokemon to get Flamethrower in the original games, because Flamethrower wasn't a TM in the original games like it is now. So you had to find a Pokemon that could actually learn Flamethrower. Charmander being one of them, and I think Vulpix being the other. But so yeah, the Vulpix family also got nerfed from Gen 1 going into Gen 2 because of the special split. Since it had a high special, it's basically its special defense stat that it has now was its special attack stat too. So it did a good amount of damage. It was quite good in the original games, in my opinion. I prefer it in the original games, but then it got nerfed and lost all that special attack in favor for special defense, which is weird. How they made it more of a speedy special tank instead of actually making it a speedy offensive prowess. Kind of well, not kind of disappointing. It is disappointing, but whatever. I guess beggars can't be choosers, and if you want a fire type, can't stop you. If you're playing leaf green, and you want another fire type, even though I think there's a better one coming up for you leaf green users, go ahead and grab it. Still a pretty good Pokemon, but just make it learn Flamethrower before you fully evolve it. Thank God I bought a ton of antidotes before coming here. I knew I'd get poisoned. There's quite a bit of poison trainers to deal with on here, on this route. Very annoying to deal with, and it doesn't help that Peter's not killing anything in like a one shot. Oh man, Peter. What am I gonna do with you, buddy? I will say though, Peter has been getting a lot of burns with Ember, which has been really nice. Alright, Peter clutched up fighting that scientist and his harem of women. He got the attack boost with Metal Claw and started just destroying the rest of that lady's team, which is nice. One of the reasons why I wanted a Psychic type, the amount of friggin' poison types these guys have. Good lord. I might have to put my meme back in because I know what's coming up in terms of Pokemon. Yeah. Bikers, dude, they got a lot of poison types and fighting types. Alright, we are almost done with this godforsaken route. Jesus Christ, somebody give Mr. Mimian a Psy gun. Jesus Christ, with the amount of trainers he's been destroying, give him like a Psy Glock or Psy 12 gauge or Psy AR-15. Good lord, he's like putting holes in these trainers. I got a little too cocky and thought Magical Leaf would one-shot that guy's Voltorbs. It did not. It did not. So, my man had a tag team with Peter on the good old Psy Glock and capped them both. Oh shit. I guess I gotta stop training Mr. Mime. We're well past his listening stage. Okay. So as you saw there, as I've said before about trade Pokemon, if you level them past the required trade Pokemon level of the badge that you have, they'll start ignoring your orders, and I didn't realize level 30 was ours. I thought it was level 40, but I guess not. So now my means not listening to me, huh? Okay, well he listened to me there, but thank God he's one-shotting with Psybeam with the Psy Glock. Might have to whip up the Psy 12 gauge in order to take down this Poliwhirl. Now unless he brings out the Magical Leaf and kills the Poliwhirl. Okay, good. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to stop trading Mimian up until we get the next badge, because, good lord, this is getting a little dicey. And the sad thing is, we're not even at the level cap of the gym leader, I don't think. It's either like level 29 or level 32, so that's kind of scary. Yet again, over there is another overpass or whatever that we can't go through because some person's blocking it. You don't have anything important. I believe this place also has some hidden items, so when we can grab the item finder, we can go ahead and start stealing some items in here. I'm not gonna do that because that sounds like a hassle. Do you do anything? Sleepy Pokemon? Okay. Route 7! Hooray! Weepir Berry. Another berry for berry powder, which we will not be using. No item there. I don't know any items, hidden items there. And here we are in good old Celadon City. It looks like there's Team Rocket members here. Keep out of Team Rocket's way. Oh, I don't think I will. I think I'll end it off here. So next time on Pokemon FireRed, we'll be exploring the city of Celadon and see what it has to offer. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did anyways.